Hey folks, my name is Zane Sensenig. I am a web developer at Penn State's College of Arts and Architecture and a community member of Penn State's Drupal users group. So recently I've been looking at ways of improving the user experience on the admin side of Drupal. A lot of the times I get feature requests or I get kind of pain points from non-technical content editors predicated around WYSIWYG largely. Um, you know, someone will ask me like, "Hey Zane, I'd like to have a right-aligned image in the body of this paragraph that I spent a lot of time writing, or I'd like to be able to add a slideshow in between these two paragraphs." And this becomes kind of a frustration for non-technical users, and it becomes frustrating for developers, especially because the last thing you want to be doing is spending your time fixing WYSIWYG, right? You want to be doing the cool stuff. So my kind of solution to this problem, or whatever you want to call it, has thus far been the paragraphs module. So if you go to Drupal.org/paragraphs /project/paragraphs and check out the paragraphs module, you can download it here, read about it a little bit. What I'm going to show you today is how I implemented paragraphs on the Palmer Museum of Art's redesign. I'd also actually recommend downloading Paragraphs Extra, which is a sandbox module but gives you kind of a lot of cool kind of UX options. And if you're following along, I'm also using this. So first, let's just take a look at some of this cool stuff you can do with paragraphs. So if we're looking at this About page, right off the bat, you can see we just have a hero image, nothing out of the ordinary. And as you scroll down, you can see we have a right-aligned image within this paragraph. Some walls of text. We keep going down, we have a left-aligned image. Keep going down, another right-aligned image, you get the point. And then there's also some buttons. So let's go ahead and edit this page and take a look at what's happening here. So first of all, I'm using the Add Minimal admin theme. I'd highly recommend downloading that. It takes no time to implement and it instantly makes your admin look better. So, alright, right off the bat you can see we have just a basic image field, nothing out of the ordinary, but as we go down you can kind of see the magic that paragraphs provides. So we have this nice drag and drop feature. So let's say I just want to drag that up there. It makes no sense, but for way of example. Right, so here's this right aligned image. And if I can just simply just click to edit this and see what's under the hood. We have just a basic image field with alt text, caption option. We can even attach a file to this image. This is something that I had, I added. But let's say that you want this image to link out to a PDF. Pretty cool. And then we just have our basic paragraph. So let's close that out. Got our left-aligned image and some buttons and some just basic text. So if I wanted to add something, this is where paragraphs comes into play. So traditionally you just kind of work within a single WYSIWYG block, right? And I think that makes little sense in kind of on the user experience front. I think it's generally a bad idea to work within inside of a single WYSIWYG block. So I'm just going to add a button, and you can see how powerful this is for content editors or non-technical users. So just add something here. And later skater, we're going home. So let's go to the front page and let's just drag this right here. Alright, let's save this out. Actually, we don't have to do that, but let's just save this out. Alright. And so now you can see right away this drag and drop feature is working, so that's cool. And if we keep going down, we've got our button we just added. Right, so that's pretty cool. Let me just go ahead and fix this. Put that back there. Another pretty cool thing is, let's say I wanted to just delete this later skater button. When you hit the delete button, it actually gives you the option. It says, hey, confirm that you actually want to delete this. And there we go. Back to normal. Cool, so that's one example. Let me show you another example here. So if we look at this education page, here you can see kind of this pattern, right? With an image and some buttons underneath. This is pretty cool, right? It looks nice, but obviously non-technical users are not going to be able to develop this sort of module or this sort of pattern. So let's edit this and show you how I brought this into paragraphs. Right, so now, same thing as we saw before. If we just edit this, we have an option to upload as many images as, upload a single image and add as many links under the image as we'd like. Again, this gives the ability to do some pretty powerful things without writing any code. And to add one of these, it's simply, I call it a card, right? So this is, I call that pattern a card. So we can just add, well, I won't even go through this, but let's say underneath, let me just delete this for a different example. Let me just show you if I wanted to add a slideshow. Right, so let's say in between these cards I wanted to add kind of a color box or some sort of a slideshow. So multi-upload, so I can actually just select multiple images instead of having to upload 4 separate images. Right. All right, so now we have 4 images uploaded. Collapse that, and you can pay me whatever, it's cool. You can pay my invoice whenever. All right, so put those in between there, save that out. All right, and check that out, we've got our slider, so we can actually click on these, cycle through, have a nice little color box here. Again, took no effort to do that. So let me delete that. And the card paragraph item is the same exact thing. It's just a matter of uploading images. All right, so now how do we do this? It's pretty simple. If you've ever used field collection module, this will look eerily similar. So this is all a page content type. Let me take a look at our page content type. So if we look at our page and then manage the fields, all right, here we just have our basic title and banner image, nothing's different there. But in this page content field, you can see that our field type is actually the paragraphs field. So if we edit this, so you can see under the hood here, we have this kind of bundle option. This allows us to select the different bundles. Bundles are simply just a bundle of fields, basically, or a collection of fields that you're able to template and add to this paragraph field here. Right, so that's pretty simple. So if we take a look at paragraph bundles, this will kind of make more sense. All right, so let me just do this side by side here to bring this full circle. Right, so we've got our paragraph field type. If I go ahead and edit this, we have an option to select or deselect bundles, and these are our bundles, right? So these are kind of just like setting up a content type. So if I manage, let's see here, so if I manage the left-aligned image bundle, here we just have a collection of fields. And you would make this just like you would make any other content type. The difference is that you actually have to go ahead and add the bundle you just made to the content type that you're creating that's hooked into the paragraphs module. Right, so, okay, that's a very basic way of using paragraphs, but if you want it to look nice, right, if you want to be able to have a card that's pre-styled, predefined, the way to do that is to actually template these paragraphs out. So if I hop over to Sublime, I'm going to just note the machine name here, so left aligned image. I'm going to copy that, and let's take a look at Sublime. All right, so this is simply a template file, like you would make a template file for a node type or a views template file. The naming convention is simple. It's just paragraphs - item - machine name .tpl. So left aligned image, right? Simple enough. To bring in the fields within this paragraph bundle, you just do a print render content and take the machine name, right, and bring it in to your template file. So I'm able to wrap that field within our paragraphs bundle in whatever markup that I choose, right? So then that gives me the ability to style it and present it like this, right? Simple enough. And that was probably confusing because I was showing you the card, but I'll just show you the card template. So the template file for this is just simply a div with a class of card. I'm bringing in all the fields that I need, and that's it. Then you can style it. So you save that out, clear the cache, and that template file is hooked up to this paragraphs bundle. That's it. That's the basics of paragraphs. Honestly, the options are unlimited for the most part. Anything that you can any sort of field type that you need can be brought into paragraphs and templated out and given to the end user. Pretty powerful. So that's kind of the implementation side of this. I guess I'll show you another pretty cool option. So with the Paragraphs Extra module, you can do some cool stuff to make this even more tricky, I guess. So if I go ahead and go to Structure, Content Types page and manage the fields here, here we have an option to do a modal select, and we're going to insert in between. So hopefully this doesn't break anything. It was working before, so okay, that's saved. Go ahead back to our education page, edit this, and you should see, hopefully, some plus options, right? So before, we had a select list of all of our paragraphs bundles. But now what you can do is just simply hit this plus and say, I want to add a card, or I want to add another card in between these two cards. Drops right in, add your images, fold it up, and you're done, right? Pretty simple. It gives you that kind of nice Ajax window. I prefer to not use that. I don't know, that's just a personal preference. I would maybe want to style this a little bit and kind of make it look nicer for my end user. But yeah, just another option available to you with the Paragraphs module. So I hope you enjoyed this. Kind of went through that fast, but if you have any questions, comment on ZP or on YouTube. And thanks for watching.